I'm Ricky Fowler, you're watching Breaking Par.
I'm Cameron Champ, and you're watching Breaking Par.
Archie Bradley, and you're watching Breaking Par.
What's up, guys? I'm Phyllis Smitty, and you're watching Breaking Par.
I'm Justin Thomas, and you're watching Breaking Par.
This portion of Breaking Par is brought to you by Auction Southern Dunes Golf Club.
The first time you hit a golf ball over 400 yards, you'll get goosebumps. If somebody 10 years ago would have told me you're going to be one of the longest hitters in the world, you're going to hit on live television, I would have thought you were on drugs or something.
Let me hear it for Jim. Whoa,
you know, Jim knows he doesn't have the feel bad. Off of that. How do you do that?
My name is Jim Waldron. I'm from Scottsdale, Arizona. I teach golf by day and smash balls by night. What I love the most about being a World Long Drive athlete is essentially showing off. Like, we're showcasing a skill. I love winning sets by 30 or 40 yards. I love hitting 3 balls in the grid and all 3 of them won the set. There's no better feeling than absolutely just mashing a ball and walking off that grid knowing that you just absolutely destroyed somebody. If I'm going to an event, World Long Drive event, I have a light breakfast. I get to the course about an hour early. I like to listen to rap music, Lil Dicky. Have you ever heard of him? But then I like to listen to, I'll listen to the house music, like the dubstep stuff, rock, heavy metal music, something that's going to get me jacked up. In the long drive, it's very loud, very exciting. People screaming. Out here, there's a little more hush-hush. The atmosphere is just way different. I mean, we play music here. Elton John, a lot of, because the people we deal with are a little older. Anywhere from 40 to, we've had 86-year-olds come to our golf school. And we're not going to be playing Snoop Dogg here on the range. A typical day as an instructor for me would be, I get to the course here at 7 a.m. We set up our range. We have anywhere from 12 to 15 players. With coaching, a lot of it is just making sure you're keeping it as simple as possible. And this right wrist is more bent back like that. It's hard to do if it's like this, okay? I would say eat, sleep, drink, golf would be pretty accurate for me. I'm not into cars. I don't play video games. I like to work out and hike and stuff, but I'm a pretty solid golf nerd, right? I've got all the clubs in my trunk. I've got tons. I got like 4 staff bags in my house. Actually, before I was a golf nerd in high school, I was actually somewhat of a drama nerd and a music nerd. So I was a lead role in Oklahoma my senior year. I was in West Side Story as a sophomore. I was a Jet. I wasn't very good at the leg kicks and dancing, but walking out on stage wearing a goofy hat and chaps in front of 400 people singing Oklahoma. So maybe the stage back then kind of helped me for the stage that I'm on now. There, that's the one right there. The biggest difference between my World Long Drive and my coaching life, with the World Long Drive, it's more about me. My coaching life, when I wake up, I'm trying to figure out what I can do for the best for my students. It's about them. That's what I love, is getting someone who's sliced it for 30 years, and in 5 balls, I'm getting them to hit push draws and the look on their face. I just absolutely love that. Man, I'm only 29, but I got the lower back of like a 50-year-old. I really do feel like I'm one of the luckiest people in the world, because I really am doing what I love. I love to hit balls as far as I can, and I love making golfers better.
Awesome.
Is that good with the?
Hey, that was pretty good. Great. Solid.
I feel like I had a basketball and I was doing something.
That's a wrap. Good stuff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Seeing an absolute clinic. This is bigger. This is bigger. That's going to go past 410. Holy smokes. This is a new world. Holy cow.
Phyllis, you just hit the longest drive ever recorded by a woman in competition. 413 yards. Did you ever think that was possible?
Hell no. No way. To hit a 413 or hit a ball that landed around 370, 380 is, wow. That's, amazing to me. It hasn't quite sunk in yet.
And for those who don't know at home, whose record did you break?
Mine.
Now, how about when you golf with men and you outdrive them by 150 yards? What's the reaction?
I get the, what? How do you do that? why are you off those tees? I mean, the first thing that I get usually is, why are you playing off the same tee as us? Until I hit my ball, and they're like, oh, okay.
A guy sees you out driving by 100 yards. How's he gonna deal with that?
Well, I mean, I'm not in control of a man's ego. So if I'm on a date or if we're out and I outdrive the guy and he's supportive, that is, you see, that's a check mark.
It's a test.
It's a test. It's a good quality. If he hits a bad shot and he's like, oh, it's okay, whoa, he lets things go, right? If like he goes to like fix my divot, that's like opening a door. There's like so many things I can think of.
So basically, you out driving by 100 yards and he doesn't cry, he passes.
That's one test passed.
We just spoke with Troy, and she says it's actually a good test on a first date to see if the guy can actually handle you out driving him by 100 yards.
Oh, for sure. If a guy can't handle it, then he's not the one, right? It's got to be a supportive relationship.
What do you say when someone asks you if you should hit from the ladies' tees?
I say, thanks for the advantage. I'll take it, yeah.
Like, I've done it a couple of times, and we've won, and people are pissed. They're like, why does she get to hit? She's a pro. And I'm like, whatever, I'm still a lady in a skirt. So
fair game.
Exactly.
You know, it's always like when I play with a group of players that don't know, it's always quiet the first few holes. They don't say nothing. They say, don't say good shots. Like, and then if they don't find out, I was like, don't worry, you know, I'm hitting longer than most of the girls, so calm down. And they are like, okay, now we understand. So.
What's the secret? We had a media event last night where I tried. I'm not going to tell you what I hit because it's a fraction of yours, but what is the secret to hitting the ball 400 yards?
You got to find your tempo and timing, what kind of rhythm you have, you know, what makes it easy. Sometimes swinging it out of your shoes doesn't help. It actually hinders what you want to achieve. So find your smooth and just keep it rolling.
What do you think of the old adage, drive for show, putt for dough?
They haven't seen long drive. Yeah, so I like to drive for dough and putt for dough, so.
Coming up, she's the best trick shot artist around, but what's her secret? Plus, if Justin Thomas could go pro in something else, what would it be? He tells us next on Breaking Par.
Hey guys, back up here at Cool Clubs for another edition of our gear guide. As you know, Cool Clubs is all about fitting you into the best equipment possible to help you play better golf. But today, we've got a couple of special guests reminding us that the body is a piece of equipment too.
What's going on, guys? I'm Brandon Harris, one of the owners of Premier Fitness Systems here in North Scottsdale. And what we do is specialize in helping golfers move better, feel better, and play better.
I started working out with Greg next door at PFS probably 5 years ago. I lost 70 pounds and gained a bunch of club head speed. And when you start to increase your club head speed, then we got options on stiffer shafts, you hit it further, straighter. Our partnership between PFS and ourselves is terrific. When you combine club fitting with physical fitness, the result together is exponentially help you play better golf.
To help us out today, we have a really cool guest. You guys might know her as a trick shot artist, but here at PFS, we know her as an amazing athlete, amazing golfer, and an amazing friend, Tania Tare.
I had someone recently DM me just saying, why do you have to train for golf and trick shots? And I was like, what? I just posted this like double front flip club thing, but the amount that I have to like spin the speed of the club, it just, for me, in my head, I kind of take that back to, I don't think I'm strong enough to make that move fast enough. So weirdly enough, the training that I do here at PFS actually helps me with trick shots just because I can normally do things quicker or I can get to positions that I probably couldn't have gotten to before. Just figuring out like what my body's capable of and being able to get there through like our training and our workouts and stuff has really helped.
All right, T, let's get out there and let's show people some of these mobility drills that we work on for better golf.
Let's do it.
First thing we're gonna do today is we're going to address lack of thoracic mobility. So if you lack thoracic mobility, which is this segment of your spine, what's gonna happen is you're gonna rob it from somewhere else. And typically that's gonna be your lumbar spine. If you're constantly rotating into your lumbar spine, that can lead to problems. That can lead to a disc injury, that can lead to hip injury, shoulder injury. So the first drill I'm gonna have Tania do is I'm gonna have her lay down on her back. We're gonna take something. It could be a foam roller, it could be a pillow, and I wanna create some tension here down into, in this case, the foam roller. So now I'm gonna have Tania reach really long with her left arm, and I want her shoulder blades stacked and right arm is reaching long as well. From here, she's gonna take a nice big breath. On her exhale, she's gonna open up over the top. So inhale, exhale, reach. So when you guys do this at home, the key is to keep your rib cage down and strong. Now when she opens up, she's not gonna open up quite as far, but it's gonna be more optimal for that thoracic spine.
Honestly, with golf, my whole dream was to like become a professional golfer and be on the tour and all that kind of stuff. The trick shot stuff kind of just fell into my hands and I ran with it. I'm not complaining because it's been a lot of fun, but all of my goals really were to play on tour, and I've had a few injuries like get in the way of that. I've had a lot of surgeries, I guess, on my wrists and things, and that was a lot of the reason why I came to see you guys in the first place, because I had heard a lot about what you guys do.
So now we're going to address hip extension or lack of hip extension. And hip extension is extremely important for everybody, but especially golfers, because if you don't have it, when you finish your swing, you're going to extend. It's going to come from somewhere else, and it's probably going to come from your low back. Then we have back issues, we have injuries, we have surgeries, and those are things that we don't want. I'm gonna have Tania go ahead and swing just so you guys can understand and really drive through and give me good extension. So that's extension, but if you don't have good hip extension, when you follow through, you're gonna get more breakdown of the lumbar spine vertebra, and we don't want that. Tania's gonna get into a seated position. Imagine she's sitting into a chair, 90 degree at her knees, okay? And I want her to feel her butt come underneath her. So the butt is gonna come slightly off the wall. She should feel a little hamstrings and core, a little bit of core. And then from there, I want you to reach your arms and get as close to the wall as you can, maintaining this strong position. As Tania raises her arms, her back is not coming off the wall. This is crucial for this drill. There should be no space between the wall and her back. Her butt is slightly off the wall, but there is no space. So as she reaches, her arms are gonna get nice and long, and she's holding that position. All right, guys, so we went through 2 exercises for better thoracic mobility, better hip extension, and better lower body strength. These things combined will dramatically help your golf swing, your golf game, and really help your body function more optimally so that you don't get hurt. And that's our goal, that's our passion here, is helping people play better golf through movement and fitness.
Coming up, golf fans know him as one of the top-ranked players in the world, but what's Justin Thomas up to when he's not on the course? Plus, frustrated with your short game? We'll show you the 1-in-1 drill that's guaranteed to improve your pitching. That's next on Breaking Par. Off the tee with Justin Thomas. So you're on Team Troom. What do you believe to be the competitive advantages?
You know, it really is great. It's an honor to be a part of such a tremendous brand. And, you know, as much as we travel, we're able to use their, you know, their resources, their facilities to get better is huge.
Let's talk about this double chin on Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, you're being a little hard on yourself. That's a tough camera angle.
Yeah, you know, it's very weird. I seem to, whenever I smile in pictures or whatever, I seem to always find a double chin somehow. And you know, I was trying to get a good view of my stroke, and I'm kind of looking at it. You know, I'm looking at my setup, looking at my arms, and you know, then I kind of started looking at my shoulders to see if they're square, and then you could see all the chins that I have.
I don't think anyone would have noticed if you wouldn't have said it.
You know, if you can't make fun of yourself, then what can you do, right?
Now, to keep the chins in check, you're quite the gym rat. Walk us through a typical workout.
It just depends on what it is. You know, an off week, I'm going to be lifting more weight. I'm going to be doing stuff that's going to push me a little bit more, you know, make me a little bit more tired, just to kind of keep my endurance for when I get to tournament weeks and get stronger. But first and foremost, the reason that I'm working out is to prevent injury. I mean, that's the most important thing, to make sure that my body's moving properly and feeling well, because it's a long season in a lot of golf.
How important is strength training to the modern day golfer?
It's important, but I mean, I think I prove a little bit that you don't need to be strong to hit it far. You just need to be strong in the right spots, and you need to be functional. You know, I think, yeah, I could go lift weights with probably 80% of the guys on tour, and they're going to outlift me. But if we maybe do something balance-wise or something core-wise, then I might be better than them. And that's what, my trainer, Colby, and I and my team, we're really focused on, is making sure we're kind of honing in on all the right areas.
Now, you put the work in the gym, but you also have to find time to relax. Tell me about your happy place. I believe it involves 5 TV screens of sports, sweats, a bourbon, I believe.
Yeah, I have a nice little man cave at my house. I got 6 TVs and about a 900 square foot room. So I enjoy many Saturdays and Sundays during football season up there, and spend some good time in March up there for basketball. But yeah, I don't like to do anything. I don't really have many hobbies, and when I'm not playing golf, I just like to relax and do nothing.
Are you a sports nut?
I love football. That's my favorite sport. I like watching hockey a lot, believe it or not, if that's on. But I mean, I've gotten to know some athletes in some different sports, so it's fun to always watch different sports. But if I could choose, I'm always choosing football.
In a different life, you're a professional athlete in a different sport. What would it be?
I think it'd be pretty sweet to be like the best cornerback in football. Like you're that dude that gets, they put me on, Randy Moss back in the day, or they put me on, whoever needs to be stopped, and you're yeah, exactly. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Thanks for the time, Justin.
Absolutely.
Now, here are some tips for breaking par.
All right, so here's the best tip I got, pretty much guaranteed to improve your pitching. It's called the 1-in-1, and it's designed to eliminate 2 of the basic movement patterns that get people in trouble when hitting this shot. One of the patterns is the fact that when we have a little shot here, we don't have enough time based on the size of our swing to create a shift in pressure from our lead foot to our trail foot and back to our lead foot. So the first one is going to be standing on one foot and making swings with your lead leg acting as the axis back, down, and through with no pressure shift from side to side. The second one is hitting shots one-handed as well, putting that club in your trail hand. The reason we want to do this is it's really important to hit a high soft shot that we're maximizing the available loft on this club face and make sure this golf club is sliding nicely through the grass. Well, the other thing that happens with people in these shots is they get too much of a forward lean with the shaft. They've been taught to drive their hands towards a target. And again, we talk about this all the time. Now the leading edge, which is the digging edge, it's going to pitch too much into the ground and you're going to hit those fat shots. So with the one-handed swing coupled with the 1-foot axis or the 1-leg axis, what you start to feel is a nice tossing or throwing motion out of the club head. We're not trying to leave this club head lagging behind. We actually want it to speed up and catch up to the handle through contact. And this one-handed swing is perfect for doing that. So as you walk into these shots, 1 foot, 1 hand, lead leg axis, feel some throw. You'll be surprised at how easily that ball flies up, lands soft, and settles close to the hole. So if I was going to give you just one tip and one tip only, guaranteed to improve your pitching, it is absolutely the 1-in-1. You can make this golf game difficult or you can make it pretty easy. I think if you're going to stand in there and think about what you're going to do on a pitch shot, we want to make sure that we're on a lead leg axis. We need to feel more of a throwing motion. That's going to give us some great available loft and make this shot that's really important to your scoring a heck of a lot easier.
Time for your Breaking Par caddy fact. Did you know the world's longest golf course stretches 850 miles long? It's true. Nullarbor Links is located on the southern coast of Australia. It's an 18-hole par 72 that takes 4 days to complete. The course runs along the historic Ayer Highway, which also happens to be one of the longest roads in the world. The average distance between holes, 40 miles. We recommend renting a cart.
This portion of Breaking Par is brought to you by the new Phoenician Golf Club.
Welcome to another edition of Gizmos and Gadgets, where we introduce you to the latest and greatest golf products on the market. And I'll be honest, I feel like this next one has been stalking us for a while now. This here is the Alligator, the only kind you'd like to see on a golf course. The Alligator is a remote-controlled golf caddy that's top of its class. So, what sets it apart? Well, let's say you're a slow walker, in no hurry, taking in the sights and sounds, completely oblivious to the group behind you.
What are you doing? Let's go. Let's go. Go.
Or you're trying to set the world record for fastest round of golf. Either way, the Alligator's 5 speeds has you covered. Remote control easily fits into your pocket or snaps right onto the LCD screen. Also, go ahead and try to tip this thing. I did, and it's untippable. Almost. But what really sets the Alligator apart, this thing is heavy duty. Equipped with front and rear suspension, it helps protect your clubs and allows you to hitch a ride from time to time. But easily the coolest feature, it's 100% waterproof. Caught in a torrential downpour? No problem, just leave it behind. Or maybe you've had one too many beverages and drive it straight into a pond. No need to worry. The encased motor allows it to be fully submerged in water for up to an hour, and it comes out as good as new on the other side. Now the name makes sense, right? And because it doesn't have any teeth, this Alligator is Chubbs Peterson approved.
Damn alligator bit my hand off. Oh my God!
If you'd like more info on the Alligator, just head to the Gizmos and Gadgets page at breakingpar.net.
Let's check out some content from our fans. It's the Social Media Spotlight. Think one of your videos should be on the Social Media Spotlight? Just hit us up at Breaking Par TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, and you may see yourself on the next episode of Breaking Par.